All right, Ellie, we have 97 days left until lock for best ball. I think I'm 34 drafts in the $10 Millie Maker. Where are you at? How far along are you?
We'll be on our 10th, well, my 10th for the Millie here tonight, and then I'm at 11 for the $3.
And I got a 5-5-5 slow draft going on. Let's do this, man. Let's just jump right into this. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Edge DFS. My name is Tyson Smith, joined by Ellie Hernandez. Ellie, what kind of trends have you been noticing? The last show we did was a week ago. We're going to try to start doing 2 shows a week now. And I think most of it is going to be, we're going to be doing our drafts. We're each going to do one draft into the $10. But I think a lot of it is going to be talking about trends that we're seeing from week to week to week. This week has been kind of interesting. Obviously, we had that D-Hop news come out last week. What have you noticed with Hopkins ADP? It seems to be like erratic, but generally rising, right?
Yeah, man. Look, I think there's just a lot of question marks about where he's going to go, and he's just one of those guys that people are willing to take a risk on. I've seen him rising kind of week over week, and even our buddy, what was it, Mark 15, he was sniping, right? He's just trying to guess. He's taking all the top quarterbacks, hoping he ends up there. So that's one guy in particular, but it kind of went unnoticed, I think, like kind of what happened to a bunch of all the other Cardinals players, right? They shot up, right? Hollywood Brown's going to be a number 1. Rondale Moore is going to get some true run and whatever the hell this offense is. So
Dortch.
Those are a couple things that I've really been noticing, man.
Yeah.
Dortch. Who was the other guy? His name is in the Rafters. I can't pretend like I don't know.
Wilson.
Michael Wilson.
Yeah, Michael Wilson. Yeah, exactly. Those Cardinals are really rising, which, obviously it's going to be a terrible offense. But look, if you're stacking with the Eagles, if you're week 17 planning, and I think they play Chicago week 16, right? The Cardinals, or something like that. So if you're planning ahead with that, Kyler could be back at that point. You could see Hollywood Brown getting 12 targets at that point in the season. And some of these random dudes, I mean, look, they're going to be passing the ball quite a bit at that point in the season. I don't want to talk too much about the Cardinals here, but at that point in the year, man, those targets have to go to someone. So if you're planning those week 17 game stacks, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the Cardinals. All right, so let's jump in real quick. I have this 5-5-5 slow draft I'm doing. I think it's been about a week, and I'm in the 9th round here. I wanted to wait until we got onto the show. I've been picking pretty quick, so don't get pissed at me if you're in this draft. But now I'm going to take my time on this one because I want to get your opinion on this. So I got Eckler and Taylor right off the bat. Jonathan Taylor fell to me. I didn't feel like going to Wilson there. I figured let's just get two stud running backs. These guys could be the top 3 fantasy running backs. I figured I'll just take them, and this set me up well for stacking because I ended up getting Herbert with Eckler and Johnston, the rookie, for LA. And I went 5th and 6th round QBs. It's a little bit of an interesting strategy, but I immediately I had already gotten Calvin Ridley, so Lawrence was there. I just took him, man. So I have Lawrence, Ridley, and Evan Ingram. And then I got Jerry Jeudy as a Week 17 run back to this Charger stack. I really like this draft so far, but what we need to figure out is where I'm going to go next, right? So I've got 2 stud running backs, but I'm in the 9th round here, and it's just a kind of a dead zone. Like, you've got obviously Anthony Richardson. I'm not taking him. You got Brian Robinson. You've got some quarterbacks. You got a lot. You got mid-range quarterbacks and running backs here, and then you got Kincaid. And you got a guy like Lazard. Now, typically, I'm probably going to want to go with a wide receiver here. I need to start going after wide receivers pretty hard at this point because I've only got 3 dudes, and I really should have 5. Like the next 2 rounds, I probably should go wide receiver. But the issue I'm running into here is, Alan Lazard at 108 ADP. I'm not super interested in that. I mean, like, should I don't really know what to do here. This is a very strange spot. Should I bulk up at get one more running back and then just be done until like the late rounds? Should I get my second tight end and be kind of done with that? I'm a little bit on the fence here. What are your thoughts here, man?
So normally in a situation like this, I would actually probably just go with Brian Robinson, man, or a running back. And I use Brian Robinson specifically just because, like, in this group of people, like, I would want Anthony Richardson, obviously, but this isn't going to work in the stacks here. You don't need him at quarterback. But B-Rob is a starter out of really all the guys listed here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so... like, if you're looking kind of for a safer pick, I think Brian Robinson's the guy. If there's a reach that you want, then go for it. But I think this is a dead zone, man. I think kind of go with the starter. Dalton Kincaid's the only guy that I think you would be worth risking for. But I'll be honest, man.
Go ahead.
Do you have a lot of Kincaid?
I have too much, dude. I have way too much Kincaid. Yeah. It's kind of worrisome for me.
Yeah, I'm too worried about it. It's too early. Like, it's too early to have that much exposure to a rookie who doesn't have a designated position.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think you're right about Robinson. I don't have a ton of Robinson. Not that I'm just basing my drafts on that, but as a tiebreaker, like, I could see going with AJ Dillon here, slightly ahead of ADP, but Robinson's 5 picks behind. At this point, I have two incredible stud running backs and a third running back that is a starter that will probably get a lot of volume as long as he doesn't get shot again. So I think I'm going to go with Robinson here, dude. Like, it is a little risky because of my wide receiver count here, but I'm not reaching. Lazard is not worth reaching for, in my opinion. So I'm going to take the value and go with Robinson.
I mean, Lazard's been with Aaron Rodgers for years. We know what we're getting here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I got Brian Robinson. So now I have 3 running backs. I have 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and, of course, those 2 quarterbacks. I'm done at quarterback. Probably the rest of this draft is mostly going to be wide receivers, 1, maybe 2 tight ends, probably only 2, but, it depends on who my second tight end is going to be, because Evan Ingram is not, probably not the most reliable guy. I don't know what his health is going to be this year. So anyways, we're going to move forward with that. All right. I think, Ellie, you should enter, man. Are you entered on yours? Let's do you first. Sound good?
Yep. We're entered. We're at 8 of 12 right now.
All right.
So waiting for a couple to come through here.
It usually is pretty quick with the $10. I did a $44 because I have tickets for that. I did a $44 the other day, and it took like 2 hours to fill. And this 555, the main reason why I won a ticket to the 555, and the main reason why I did it slow was it wasn't filling for hours. So I'm like, well, I don't want to be in the middle of something and just be screwed here. Hey, let's briefly talk about, real quick, while we're waiting, I want to talk about this best ball exposures, this pretty cool sheet that we have here. So I know you can't see that. Man, I wish I could make you see that a little bit better. Actually, let me switch to this one here. So I did a little side sheet here that kind of is keeping track of stuff, and I know you can't quite see what's going on here. Can I move that over? No. So I have a total of 44 drafts. Supposedly I have $1,010 in entry fees, but I've won $833 in tickets. We've been entering a ton of into a ton of these satellites, specifically the $3.70 3 total entries in that one. The win rate is pretty high on that, but even the dollar, even the 25 cent, even the 10 cent is worth entering. In MLB, specifically Showdown, I'm finding that Showdown has a lot higher win rates there. But MLB, NBA, NHL, even if they have them, like whatever, any of these sports that are going on right now, you should definitely start entering tickets. So I basically have my net entry fees is like $147 with the 555.
All right, you got to bring it back. Sorry to cut you off, but we are in, and we are the first pick overall. It's the first time I've gotten it.
Wow, first pick. So you got to go JJ, right? Because you must not have a ton of JJ if you haven't gone first.
I don't think I have any because I've never had first pick.
All right, so this sets us up for Green Bay run back, right? Am I right about that?
So we're 1 in 24 and 25. So Green Bay run back.
So Green Bay run back. You've got Jordan Addison. You've got, you could go with the running back as well from them. You're probably going to want to start starring out some people here now. Who else jumps out to you here when it comes to these Viking stacks. And who are you going to get on the other side? Aaron Jones, maybe? You're gonna go with Dobbs? Like, who you thinking?
I actually, if I can get to Christian Watson, he's going to be tough, kind of just where we're at with ADP. But I don't have as much Christian Watson as I'd like. I know I've had my issues with him all season, but all right, we'll just go ahead and draft and move on. This isn't tough.
Yeah.
I know I've had my issues with him all last year, but I think Mike LaFleur is going to be able to get a little bit of something out of this offense, and Christian Watson would be a great run back for that. But I think you're right. This is also an offense you can take some secondary players. Romeo Dobbs, what's his name? Luke Musgrave, tight end. You can probably get around 200 ADP.
Yeah.
So I think there's plenty of options to go through with that particular team.
So Chase, McCaffrey. Okay, and by the way, Mark 15, this guy, last week, we did back-to-back drafts in the $10. He was in both of our drafts, and he took Hurts in the first round. He was pick 9 in both, I believe, or pick 8 or pick 9. He took Hurts, then Josh Allen, and then DeAndre Hopkins for 2 straight drafts. So thanks for paying the rake, Mark 15. It's too bad you're not in this draft again. Maybe we'll get lucky in the next draft. We'll find him. So Kupp went, 5th?
Yeah, Kupp went 5th.
It feels like Kelsey is kind of like the key. Like, sometimes I've seen Kelsey being taken at 2. Sometimes he falls to 9. It's very strange. I got Kupp the other day, I think at 8 or 9. I think it was 8, which is absolutely crazy. So one guy I just don't have a ton of right now is Tyreek Hill. And when I do get him, I usually end up with his buddy, Jalen Waddle. So I need to, next time I do that, I need to not get Jalen Waddle in a couple of those Tyreek Hill stacks and then vice versa. All right, so you've got.
Yeah, I have a couple of those myself. A little bit more. And then I have too much Tua too because I've been doing that. Obviously, if you're getting Waddle and Hill, you got to reach a little bit, make sure that you get Tua. You know
what's been happening to me though. I've been getting.
I have a lot of Mike White.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, dude. Take him in the 20th round. That's a great idea because Tua is going to get hurt for at least 3 or 4 games, so guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Usually with these Miami stacks, I'm ending up with Lamar, which is incredible. I love it. So sometimes there are a couple stacks where I have Hill and Waddle, but I don't have Tua, and I have Lamar, Zay, Bateman, Duvernay. I usually don't end up with Mark Andrews. If you can get Lamar and Mark Andrews, if you can get some of those stacks, that's going to be unique going into the final week, unless you super reach for Lamar, unfortunately. But just getting it naturally, I've naturally gotten Kelsey Mahomes 4 times, 5 times. I've gotten AJ Brown and Hurts naturally, usually with the 9th pick. It's kind of usually where it falls in, but getting Andrews and Lamar is not something that happens too frequently. So what do we got? Hurts off the board. So Garrett Wilson went pretty early there. See, look, CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That is going to be a very popular pairing. It really is. I don't have enough of it, but that's going to be a very popular pairing. I almost think that if you're trying to stack that game. If you're trying to stack that game, maybe don't go with those 2 guys together. Plan ahead to get Pollard and St. Brown or something like that. Not that I'm going to not go after CeeDee Lamb and Brown. If they're there, I'm going to take them. But it feels like that's pretty popular. I've seen a lot of those picks, right? You just showed me that you just got it the other day. I just got it the other day, right?
Well, what's interesting is I think we are on it a little bit. Yeah, we've been waiting for that schedule release. We were drafting 2 weeks before it came out. So we were drafting immediately when this came out. I think we had a couple stacks of that early on.
I think so,
we were talking about it on the last show. I mean, now it's getting different too because the ADP is changing. Right? When we were reaching before, it's changes the whole dynamic of the draft. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna have to go back and kind of see how those drafts went. But
right,
we're coming up here. Let's see.
So Justin Jefferson, interesting. Nothing that really correlates. You got back to back here. Can you do anything interesting? Can you go? Wait, sort by ADP, dude. You're sorted by rank right now. I mean, you could reach for. Look at this. Lamar and Mark.
Lamar and Mark.
Do
Andrews.
it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you drafting at? Like, yeah, fuck it. I know you took him a little bit early, but that stack, like I said, that stack's gonna be hard to get to.
All right, Justin Jefferson, Lamar, Mark Andrews. All right, now we need Miami. But that's fine. Like that's something we can get later on. A couple guys that I like getting into is well, I need to get a little bit more of what is it, Devon Achane?
Yeah, A-Chain. That's
A-Chain.
Yeah. That's the guy you should be targeting. And then look, there's nobody else that we're talking about besides the top two, Hill and Waddle. Like Cedric Wilson's there. Like there are random dudes. There's fucking Chosen Anderson. Not that I would ever take him, but hey, there are other dudes. Like there's only two dudes that we're talking about as pass catchers for Miami. Maybe in these later rounds, you start grabbing Cedric Wilsons. You start grabbing these kind of guys. I don't know. It's just one of these things. You basically all of these like high end stacks that go with Lamar and or Andrews are probably going to have A-Chain with them because there's nobody else really to get from Miami at that point in the draft. Unless you're thinking ahead where you grab Waddle and then Lamar falls or so, you know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting. So we did get a Mahomes Kelsey, and he's probably pissed because he got sniped with Higgins. So he went with Olave.
Is a very interesting one.
What are some other interesting? So we've got Hurts, Allen, Mahomes, and Lamar off the board here. Let's see where our boy D-Hop goes. He's probably going to go towards the end of this round here. What pick number are we on?
Can
you scroll up?
32.
Yeah, so he's going to go in the next few picks. This is kind of where he goes usually. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I was actually very surprised that they didn't take him with Allen there. Well, let's see. Yeah. Hurts and Smith, that makes sense. So he's going to just be randomly stacked here. Maybe he falls all the way back to A-Train there, and A-Train gets him with his Mahomes stack. Who knows? So what are you looking at, dude? Where are you at? What zone are you in right now?
So we're up in 15 picks or 13 picks.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure where we need to go. So what's the primary stack? We got Miami. We're not going to be able to get any Miami in this range. So we need to find something that we can run with Justin Jefferson.
What pick number are you? Or what actual pick number are you at?
We're at
53. Like yours is 53 or what?
Oh no, I'm 48 and 49.
48, 49. All right, scroll down and see where we're at in ADP wise, and then sort by ADP again. You're gonna have to keep doing that.
That's annoying.
Christian Watson, dude.
Yeah, we're right down here. Oh man.
Or Aaron Jones.
I mean, what? Why not?
Yeah. So you got two options there. So that's nice. Who else? What are your thoughts on Addison, dude? Like we've heard some. What was the news we heard about him? He was being held out of minicamp, right?
Yeah, it was something that was a minor injury. I'm pretty sure the dude got back up on Twitter though and said that they didn't report him coming back to practice.
Okay.
Like it was just somebody being dramatic about it, but that might have been another one. Again, it's rookie OTAs. They're gonna be pretty hesitant to risk a top star. You know what I mean?
Where
like,
is
as soon as like.
Yeah. What's his ADP at? Can you search for him?
Yeah. 77.
No, 72. That's your rank based on old ADP. All right. So 4 picks. You're most likely gonna get either Aaron Jones or Watson. You got back-to-back picks, right?
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
Probably.
If he's there. Did he just get taken?
Somebody did. No, I don't know. Christian Watson.
Oh, because you got to sort by ADP again. Next time, just upload new ranks based off your ADP. It makes it a lot easier for you. I think you're going to get both of them, dude. And do you have any other reason to go with anybody else? I mean, Hawkinson is probably your better option here if he's still there. I just don't know if he's going to make it. You go Hawkinson.
Yeah, if Hawkins
and then one of
is there.
Yeah, I would do that. You might get there, dude. You might get there. Yes, do it, bro. And then now you got to make the decision: Aaron Jones or Watson.
No, Aaron Jones, just because
Yeah, I like that.
I'd rather have this correlation here.
I like it, dude. So
Keep
are
the
you
passing game going?
So are you gonna you got to go after Cousins, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think you're done though after that. Like Cousins
Quarterback, yeah.
and Lamar, I think you're good. There's no reason to get a third guy. So where does that put you roster wise?
All right, we got one quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. That's not us. That was A-Train.
1-1, 1-2.
I'm not used to being at the first overall pick, man.
Yeah, right. So you need to go heavy wide receivers now. Like literally 3 rounds in a row, even more potentially.
Let's see what we got. So my next pick is I gotta switch back too. So 96. No, that's not it. 72.
So Addison, you might have to reach for Addison at one of those picks, which you're gonna have to. But
yeah.
But look at his actual ADP though, because I don't think it's 77, which is gonna be weird.
Yeah, 72.
72.
So we'll see.
So he hopefully should be there. And at that point, you're done with Minnesota, I would think. Unless Osborne or somebody falls to you in the right spot.
Let's see. So what else? If that puts us at Justin Jefferson, Lamar. Let's see, who do I want to reach for this early? Because now I'm in that awkward back-to-back range again. Do I just take
you should probably
guy like Drake London?
If you can get a running back here, I'm wrong. I mean, you're kind of zero RB here, not quite, but you're gonna need probably 4. You're gonna need probably 5 running backs in this build, I would think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I think I need. Well, yeah. So after I get the wide receiver, then I think we can see what running backs we have available.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So let's talk about Minnesota here. Dalvin Cook. It's been up and down, man. Like, so what are you hearing lately? Is there some like Miami Buffalo interest?
Yeah, it does sound like he is interested in going to Miami. The Buffalo interest, it was tagged along to that message as well, but I'm hesitant to think he wants to go there. He specifically said he doesn't want to take time away from his brother. I think Miami's the perfect place to send him. Like, yeah, right. But like Miami, like think about that. That would be fun. I already think Raheem Mostert, Devin A-Chain or Devon A-Chain. I'm going to learn his name at some point, right? I think they're going to end up lining up in the slot. They're going to be playing wide receiver some.
Where did you hear that?
Daniel's a psychopath.
You saw that on Twitter?
Tyreek Hill. This is a tweet directly from him. He said,
shit.
When you said the running backs are lining up at wide receiver. He said you guys are talking about Waddle and Hill, but we got Mostert and A-Chain out here.
No way. So Jeff Wilson's just, first, second down back, and then they're running those dudes out as pass catchers. I hope so, because I have so much Mostert. It's fucking scary.
Bro, I have Wilson, Mostert. I got handcuffs on that team.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You were talking about it. Like, people are going to play Waddle and Hill, and then either nobody's drafting these random guys. Like Durham Smythe. Like, what is he? His ADP is going to be like 450. Like, he's a starting tight end. Like, I'm not saying go draft him today, right? But we get close to the season. If they don't pick up another tight end, you might want to think about having him in round 19.
Yeah,
right?
Smythe.
So
yeah,
take a risk on some of these guys.
It's true. It's true. I don't know about Dalvin Cook, man. Like, I feel like they need Dalvin Cook. Like, like in my opinion, like Miami doesn't really need Dalvin Cook. Like, honestly. They have 3 dudes.
I think that's best for Dalvin Cook so he doesn't die, man. Like his body is going through it in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean it could be, but they don't want to get rid of him because, like I said, like there's not really a stud dude there that you're afraid that you're gonna stack the box on there. Are you? So you're what, 3 picks away?
3 picks away.
All right, let's see where you're at.
All right, so I'm gonna have to, take Addison.
Oh yeah,
if he's
got to. And then who else? Who's underneath him?
I don't mind just taking Ayuk.
Ayuk, yes, you should take Ayuk, unless there's any other secondary stacks, but probably not at this point. Yeah,
we got 30 seconds. Just take a second to look, right?
Yeah, you got Madison. You don't need him. I don't like that.
Yeah, just Ayuk.
Here's the interesting thing is you've pretty much set yourself up. You have 2 stacks that you've set yourself up for, and typically, like I've kind of lately been just like trying to get as many stud wide receivers as I can, so that I can make my stack choices like throughout. I'm not just kind of stuck into something. I have a lot of different options.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you got 4 pass catchers, and you're like, and most of their receivers are either most of their quarterbacks are either the run back, or a middle round, late round pick. You're gonna be able to stack quite a bit because where's that tweet? There was a tweet about. Let me pull this up. There's a tweet here about. Is it Strachan? Tom Strachan? Sorry if I said that wrong. Basically talking about 5% of the 969 finalists for DraftKings had 0 quarterback plus teammate stacks. So
this is a great thread, but like to your point, right? We need to make sure that we're stacking, and if you keep taking like the guy who got Hill and Waddle, right? He's forced into a certain stack, and then if he wants to try and get a secondary with this quarterback, he kind of has to wing it, right? He's going to have to just find whatever he can get, Brandon Ayuk, maybe Brock Purdy, which I'm still a little bit tight. Depends on how you feel about Brandon Ayuk. But if you're doing what you're talking about and kind of diversifying, when you're just grabbing studs, like people are passing up stud, like grab a stud and then stack it later. Exactly. Like I'm fine with Aaron Jones and fucking Justin Jefferson battling it out, and that being the only stack I have for that, if that's what it comes down to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather make a good decision there and open up the other spots.
Oh yeah, exactly. 100%. Like just grab the studs, get the value if you can. I think it's a pretty good strategy. I've been trying to like stick with a general overall strategy, obviously, but I've been trying to change my mindset throughout different drafts so that I'm not just one sort, like my 12th round guy is always these 2 or 3 dudes, you know? Like I'm trying to like change my mindset as much as I can so I'm not just stuck in these similar type builds. How many picks you got?
14.
Where did Hopkins go again? Did we miss that?
Yeah, 1 second. We'll kind of see where we're at so we have something. Just put some guys up. I don't mind it though. I'd still rather probably just come down here and grab Zay though. All right, we're looking for Hopkins. This guy's. Do you see this?
No.
0 quarterbacks, 0 running backs, 6 wide receivers.
Hey, fuck it, dude. That's. I mean, if it falls to you, it falls to you. Does he have any pairs of wide receivers, or are they all just studs from different teams?
It looks like studs from different teams.
Yeah. Who did he get now? He just got a running back?
Yeah, Brian Robinson.
Interesting.
See Hopkins anywhere?
He should be in that 30-40 range. I don't see... Where is he? Unless he got picked really early. Where's he at?
Are we dumb?
Whoa. Am I crazy here? I don't see him.
Oh, here he is.
Okay. That's into the 3rd round. Yeah. That's kind of right where he's going. Like 30. Like he was to start the year. I had this data somewhere. I've been tracking kind of the ADP throughout the year. He was like 42, I think. Kind of start drafting, and then he slowly kind of moved to like 40. And then when the news came out, he went down to 37, and then I think right now he's around 35 or something. So it's moved quite a bit on him. All right, who you got, bro? Who you thinking about taking?
All right. Well, I may need to just. Well, I need to take Kirk Cousins probably with my next pick because I'm not up for like 89 more picks after that. And then best wide receiver.
Well, you can get Zay.
So, yeah, I don't know if I want Odell. Yeah. I'd rather go Zay Flowers. All right, so Cousins.
And you could get A-Chain, dude. Okay.
Well, I had to make sure I had Cousins. He'd be gone next time I came around, man.
Well, I was saying instead of Flowers, but I think that's probably smart because now you have 2 pass catchers, right? For Lamar? Yeah. Okay. Now, you still can get... I would... if you can get Duvernay in the 20th round, I think that's an interesting pickup there as well. Yeah, now you're going to have to get the Miami... You can probably get Durham Smythe in the 19th round if you wanted that. All right, so with KC here, dude, like... Did you see that highlight with Justin Ross catching that long bomb? Yeah. And then even Mahomes like did the eye emoji, like looking at it. And I mean, he's fully healthy now. So I don't see a lot of people drafting him, man. Like there's so many of these dudes who are similar type guys on this team. I mean, Rashee Rice seems to be a little bit different. But you have these small, quick dudes. Where does he fall into? I mean, is he a number 3 potentially, Ross? I don't know. Where do you think?
No, man. He's going to be 4 or 5. Like whatever that Justin Watson role was last year. That's what they're filling. That's what they're filling.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and honestly, it's going to come down to one of those guys making it. Sky Moore is going to make it. Kadarius Toney's going to make it. I mean, obviously, if DeAndre Hopkins goes there, that changes everything. But other than that, man, I think you're looking at probably maybe 2-3 touchdowns. You're gonna get a ceiling game, right? 1 or 2 weeks on an island, whenever you need it, you're gonna get a guy get 25 points from that receiving quarter, and I think that's what we're trying to do is guess the right one there. Yeah. So like, you'd be a psychopath if you're going and getting Justin Watson, Justin Ross, and I think they have John Ross.
They have John Ross too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in training camp, right? And Rashee Rice.
Well, and we're also forgetting about MVS too. We always forget about him.
What?
MVS too, and Richie James.
Yeah, and he'll make the team. Like again, like Richie James, like those are the guys specifically that I think are fighting for that Justin Watson role.
Yeah.
But like MVS, Tony, those guys are locked. Sky Moore is a lock. I think he's like Isaiah Pacheco at wide receiver, pretty much, just faster and not.
Yeah. I think we lost you there for a second. Ellie, you there?
I think whatever happens with Hopkins is really going to change some of that.
Hey,
I wonder how much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I lost you for a second there.
Yeah, it went black on my end too. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, now you're back.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many pass catchers. My strategy with KC, honestly, like even if they're not correlated at all with like Cincinnati, or even like specifically if I don't have Mahomes, I'm getting like 2 or 3 of them. If it's a tiebreaker between them and some other dudes, I'm taking dudes in the same ADP that are like on a elite offense. Like I'm always going to like, if I'm just like, for example, I do end up with like Sky Moore and Tony, like just by themselves with no Cincinnati run back or anything. Not on purpose. It's just those are guys that are in that range that like I feel like can do really well, especially some of these lower end dudes too, like MVS. Like I don't have a lot of MVS because I'm kind of tired of him, and we all kind of know what he is. But McKinnon, Pacheco, those guys, I feel like their ADP is a little lower than I would think it would be.
Yeah. McKinnon's interesting. Like McKinnon was one of those guys that I think people were kind of on to. It's just one of these situations. I think, like Hopkins too. Like, people are just waiting for like the official news to come out on McKinnon, and they're kind of just he's stuck in like this 119, 120 range, right, for ADP. And I think once we finally figure out what's going on with the running back situation there too, like we might see him spike. And like even Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's going like 220, man. Like I don't know, like I feel like a psychopath, but I've got a little bit of him, man. Like,
yeah. Yep.
I don't know.
All right, who are you looking at here, dude?
All right, so we got 3 coming up. Let's see what's left. Sort by ADP. I probably need another running back at this point.
Penny?
Yeah, I'm fine with Penny.
Who's up top there? Oh yeah,
Juju.
So Penny's your top choice here. What's your pick number? Yeah, you're right there.
120.
Yeah, you're right there. And then who do you get after that, though?
See, who's Minnesota's week 17?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Okay. And who does
Philly plays the Cardinals, and I think Chicago or something or Houston or some shit.
All right, let's see. Who else do we like here? Rasheed Rice. That seems like a little high for him. Should I take Juju? We're still.
I would
here.
take. Just take him. He's 12 pass.
He's always.
I
don't think I have any.
Yeah. He always falls, dude. I feel like when he falls like 20. Like people are just like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to mess with him. I get it.
Yeah, whatever. I need to. All right, so we're 2, 2, 5, 2. I'm pretty much going exclusively. I am going exclusively running back and wide receiver the rest of the way, unless Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, exactly.
Is available.
Yep. Wow,
all right, so
these first pick things are interesting, man. A lot of waiting around. Hey, let me just show for those of you who haven't seen this spreadsheet here. I got this from Michael Dubner on Twitter. This thing is awesome. It's a lifesaver. Basically, you can enter your platform. You create a league ID, which is just basically a unique number. Tournament. You can pick the exact tournament here, which is this one's the 10 millionaire, the price, draft speed, the date, and then when you select your draft pick, it'll auto populate all the pick numbers. And then you can just start typing in dudes. And here, like for example, let me just make something up here. Let me go pick 5. Maybe it's a prophecy for what's to come for my draft here. But it'll populate here. It takes a couple seconds. Ellie, just let me know when you're getting close to drafting, and I'll switch back over to you. This thing takes a minute. When it does pop up, it's going to show pick 5. And then you can start quickly entering names. So let me say McCaffrey fell. Click that, it'll start populating all of the data here. And also the great thing I love doing this while I'm drafting, because I get a secondary pair of eyes on week 16 opponents, week 17 opponents. I can easily see who I'm stacked with, who I'm stacked against. It's pretty nice. And being able to keep track of all this stuff, you're able to look over here under your exposures. There's a whole other tab here. I could see my draft board percentages, like what pick numbers I'm getting more often than others. Obviously, pick 8 and pick 11 are up there. Not getting a ton of pick 2. It keeps track of how much you're entering, and it's all based on this particular tournament. So you can look based on tournaments. If you're doing a bunch of different tournaments, you could specify that you just want to look at the 10 millionaire and all your lineups from that, which is exactly what you need. And then you have your exposures here. So you can see Brandon Cooks is now my highest exposed player, which is kind of scary. Khalil Herbert, Kincaid, Shaheed, Jeff Wilson, Mecole Hardman, Chuba Hubbard, et cetera. You can kind of see where this is at. There's also a little graph here about your team exposures. So you can visualize that. Obviously, I have a ton of KC players. And also like your stack information here as far as how many occurrences I believe of players in lineups and the percentages. Just a ton of this kind of stuff. I mean, this has really helped us, especially being on DraftKings where you gotta manually do it, which does kind of suck. But I'll link that down below, and you guys should check that out because it's very helpful. We're not associated with them in any way at all, but I just figured like to share that because it's helped us out a ton. All right, where you at, bro?
Yeah. So we're up in 6 picks. All right. So we're at 2 QBs, 2 running backs. Still need a running back. Another just wide receivers. Running back, wide receiver. All right.
See, Rondale Moore just went. Like he went
144.
It was pretty quick. If you're just waiting around, if you're not doing anything, why don't you read off for the listeners, the podcast listeners, read off your lineup.
All right, cool. So right now we got Lamar Jackson, a quarterback, Aaron Jones, RB1, Rashad Penny, RB2, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison, both from Minnesota. And I am up. Yeah? No,
nope,
sorry.
Not quite.
And then Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver, Mark Andrews, tight end, TJ Hawkinson, Kirk Cousins, Zay Flowers, and Juju. Who's the week 16 and 17 for New England?
I have no freaking clue. Here, hang on one second. Let me pull it up.
No, I got it. Let's see. New England, Denver, and Buffalo.
Denver, Buffalo. I'm not getting to a ton of New England. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting more to the run back of New England. Who'd you take?
I went with Raheem Mostert. Right. Who does Detroit play in those last 2 weeks? Let's see.
Well, Dallas for one of them.
Minnesota and Dallas. Yeah.
So, Minnesota. Oh, there you go.
I don't.
Can you get Detroit?
I'll take a third tight end.
Laporta?
Whatever.
Yeah. You're taking high upside dudes like that. That's the way to do it.
I'm kind of worried about my exposure to these rookie tight ends. So like I have a shitload of Michael Mayers from Las Vegas. I have a bunch of this dude. Like man, who else? Like there was another rookie tight end. Even Luke Musgrave. Like I'm drafting a backup Green Bay tight end at round 200 ADP. Like I like my tight ends though, man. And we'll talk about it a little more. I think as we go through, but like that Tom Straken guy, however you say his name, we want to be respectful because he's obviously better at compiling that data than we are, right? Like I would have struggled trying to use Python for a week just trying to pull some of that information, and that dude pretty much just told us, here you go, man, run 3, 6, 8, or 3, whatever is the optimal build. Yeah. So when we're looking at this stuff, we get it. That's what I'm trying to keep in mind when we're building. Average lineup has 3 quarterbacks. The average lineup to advance had 6 running backs.
Yeah,
and so on and so forth. So I'm trying to stick to it, man. Like I'm not going to go another tight end unless it's Isaiah Likely. See, that's where I get.
Yeah, but I don't think you should.
So caught up in my guys that I like.
I know. I mean, it's hard though when you're stacking. If there's a reason to do it, then sure, maybe. But you got.
I mean, to be fair, he's the one tight end away from being like tight end 4 in fantasy. Like he's one injury away.
Yeah,
if Mark Andrews sprains his ankle, like Isaiah Likely is going to be tight end 1 for 3 straight weeks.
So 6 running backs, 46% of the rosters were 6 running backs. The second highest was 7 running backs. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So I think that might be the piece that I learned the most. I get too caught up in this 5 running back range. And it seems like that's maybe not optimal.
Yeah.
I think I need to start looking a little bit more towards 6.
Yeah.
Which, if we stop and think about it, does make sense. We're heavy on the no running back or 0 running back or whatever. And if that's a strategy, you need to have a couple guys back there that you can rotate in just in case you have too many with a shitty game.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been following on plenty of 5 running backs. In fact, I should probably look on my sheet and figure out where I'm at there when it comes to my builds. But yeah, 5 running back. That's interesting because that's kind of like where I'm at. But that was what 16%. Like that's really interesting. I wonder how valid. I mean, we don't have a ton of information like as many years. Like just this year, everyone's starting to get a hard on for stacking week 17. You know, like there probably wasn't a ton of people doing that last year even. So it seems like it's evolving every single year. We're learning so much, and thankfully, it doesn't seem like anybody's really figured it out yet. So I'm hoping. Well, that's why I'm so into this, dude, because I still feel like it's undiscovered country to a certain extent.
Right, and like there's a couple different things that can like kind of skew the numbers too. Like this is a percentage of all those people that advance, right? Like, but what are we looking at for ownership for the entire contest, right? For weeks 1 through 16, just because those lineups only had 35% Kelsey, what was his overall ownership throughout the entire thing, right? And that might be a dumb question because obviously you weren't in a bunch of multiple contests prior, right? If he was 35% owned by the end of the contest, then that must have been what he was throughout. No, that's the floor. So again, we don't necessarily know kind of what the other teams were doing, right? So I think sometimes we got to not necessarily get stuck on the names. I mean, this is what we talk about with regular DFS. It's not getting married to any, one or two people. And my rambling aside here, it's like maybe when we get to likely, I go Duvernay because I have 0 Duvernay as opposed to 15% Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, and you're better off getting probably a wide receiver at that position anyways. Hey, would you scroll up a little bit so we can see more of the draft board?
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. All right, 4 picks. So where are you at, dude? What are you thinking? Where's your zone here? 3 picks now.
All right. So let's get back. 3 picks, sort by ADP. Not Jerem Smythe. I don't want to go there. I'm still looking at running back and wide receiver, man. So really kind of just best available.
Yeah, this is kind of a shit show here, to be honest. I mean, look,
especially running back.
I am a Hubbard fan. Jerome Ford as well. I mean, Jerome Ford is probably going to be the Kareem Hunt this year. That's what seems like what it's coming down to. And Chase Brown as well. There's some good, interesting rookie running backs here. Seems like wait, who's next? Like, who's the closest to ADP right now?
Zeke.
Zeke is. How much Zeke do you have?
More than I'd care to admit. Probably like at 12 to 15%. I think he's going to sign somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I just don't see how he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Garoppolo just went. Interesting. All right, where are you going, dude?
I think I'm going to just go Mims here. Right? Are we sorted by ADP still? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, do you see anybody else?
Either him or Zeke.
All right, I could take them both. I got back-to-back.
Yeah. That might be what you should do. Yeah, that's a weird zone to be in because it was all quarterbacks and tight ends, and you needed neither.
Well, see, but this is also how I ended up on so much Mayer, right? Yeah. So that's another thing that we're trying to be mindful of when we're building too. Mm-hmm. It's just because you keep getting these same picks doesn't mean we need to. That's how you end up on the same depth guys that you should be rotating out occasionally.
Show me this.
Jaden Reed.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Is another interesting guy right here. Let's keep an eye on him. He was getting a lot of love in practice as well.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Seemed like Jordan Love was getting a little comfortable with him, but he also might suck. So Jordan Love might suck. So getting comfortable might be not much of a compliment.
If you guys are interested in seeing some of this news, we always post a bunch of stuff in our Discord. I'll link that down below. It's free to join. Obviously, once the season really gets going with showdown slates, we're doing 3 showdown shows a week and probably now a main slate show. So be sure to subscribe, jump into that Discord. Like I said, it is free. There's a bunch of smart dudes in there talking about stuff. And obviously, we're posting a bunch of this random rumor stuff throughout the off season. And also, if you're playing like MLB DFS or NBA, well, not anymore NBA, but for the next week and a half or something. any of these other sports, we do have a lot of our alerts set up to automatically, a bot will tweet out all of the underdog lineup stuff, all of the changes, things like that. So you can get that alerted to that right onto your phone if you join that Discord. How many picks you got? You got a while, right?
Yeah, we got
so
16.
Talk to me about this tweet here that you sent me from Tej about the projected target share.
So first of all, Tej Seth is an awesome dude. If you guys aren't following him, you should be. You probably are. I doubt I found this guy. He's young NFL analytics dude. But anyways, just some interesting information, right? The highest projected target share for wide receivers. This probably isn't anything groundbreaking for the top dudes, but Terry McLaurin being up there is kind of interesting. Drake London, again, not shocking, but just guys that we don't want to sleep on, right? It's just sometimes you want to have a little data to support some of these ADPs. Justify my 40% exposure to Jamar Chase because I keep landing in the same draft. Like I have a bunch of Jamar Chase and Travis Kelce. So
really,
like just ways that I got to kind of work myself around here. I have almost no DK Metcalf, which is scary.
Oh, that is scary. Yeah, I've found myself getting in when I get AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, I end up with the other grown-ass man, DK Metcalf, in the same lineup. And I'm like, this is a fucking pretty badass lineup, actually.
So just one more thing on this while we have it. Like, also, we got this stuff time-stamped and dated, so we can kind of track movement on some of these top guys, right? What if an injury happens and all of a sudden his target share for Cooper Kupp drops to 18% because Matt Stafford got hit by a car? Like, that's if Cooper Kupp drops by 8%.
There's pain everywhere.
Van Jefferson, his target share is dropping by 400%. So I don't know, man. Just interesting stuff to keep an eye on. We need fucking sports back. We need some full sports.
You mean you're not watching WNBA?
Man, I was talking it up too. So I was like, I'm gonna watch this shit, man.
Well, dude, the contests, like, they really suck ass. Like they're unplayable. Well, like, I didn't actually check. Do they have satellites? WNBA satellites for best ball? Because if they do, I'll start playing.
I haven't checked, and like, it's kind of sucks. But like, the reason why I haven't checked is like there's no way if you guys aren't going to do a main contest for the main slate. Like, why the fuck would you do a 3-man contest for Las Vegas versus Reno showdown?
Do they have a Reno?
But I have no idea. It might be It might be the Reno Aces, or no, that's one of the baseball teams.
That's MLB.
Anyways, we're up in. What are we up in? Four. Picks.
All right. What are you looking at here? What zone are you in?
Probably another shitty one. But I'm not. Oh, hey. So if Jaden Reed drops, I'm just gonna take him.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaheed, obviously. I don't know why I'm so high on Shaheed. But you could also go, hey, Claypool.
Yeah, I got too much. I need a running back
Hubbard.
If I end up with Jordan Reed, I need to take, or Jaden Reed, I need a running back. Yeah.
I agree. Hubbard is nice. Well, how many running backs you got? 4. Okay. Well, hey, that data, maybe you should end up with 6 with a lineup like this, where you don't have that like true stud.
Yeah. Well, actually, is Kenneth Gainwell still available? Like. But see, I don't know. That might be a scary one to do. No, he's not. So it doesn't matter.
All right, who you taking? Is Reed there still? Yep.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
That's easy. And then running back. Yeah, Chuba's gone.
Chuba went? Damn.
Yeah.
Don't reach too much though, dude.
Yeah, who do we like here? So you got 16 more seconds.
There's nobody, dude. Don't reach.
Yeah.
Who'd you get?
Wando Robinson.
Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, what do you got wide receiver-wise? I can't see.
That puts us at 8 wide receivers, so I think last 3 picks, it's...
2 running backs?
I could do another quarterback if I needed to, but probably 2 running backs.
Yeah, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver. And maybe a Duvernay or something in the final round, or one of these random dart throws.
Yeah, I think Duvernay is the guy. Did anybody else have any touchdowns?
He got Aguilar. Didn't he get Aguilar?
Let's see. Nelson.
Yeah, you got Aguilar too.
All right.
So actually, if
Put
you think
both
about
these
it,
guys on here.
actually, you probably should go with Aguilar, to be honest.
Yeah, he actually had touchdowns.
He's a real big play type dude. So
I'll leave Devin in just in case.
Yeah, you never know. So
in case someone snipes Aguilar, right?
Yeah, right. So what's the? I've been getting to a lot of Elijah Moore lately. What have you been hearing about him? I think I saw something that you posted in the Discord about him crushing.
Yeah, he's just getting a lot of attention in Cleveland, and it obviously makes sense going from a quarterback like Zach Wilson to Deshaun Watson. You should see your quality targets increase. But it looks like he's being utilized and it looks like he's enjoying himself. So I'm actually really excited for him. He's a guy that I had a shitload of last year that ended up just killing me because of Garrett Wilson just having his breakout year. But like I'm gonna end up with a decent amount of Eli Moore again. And it's another stack that I think people are kind of just not getting to as much as they should.
Yeah.
Kind of roundabout here, like we kind of bring it back to Cleveland and Cincinnati and Kansas City. Everybody's so focused on that stack that we're missing some of the secondary pieces that you can be getting from some of these other games.
Yeah.
Like who does Cleveland play in
Jets.
week 16? 17?
Oh, 16. They play the Jets week 17. 16.
Yeah, in week 16 they got Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston.
So like, I mean, Nick Chubb and Nico Collins run back, like that game could be 35-14 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I think there's ways you can approach this to work in some of these secondary guys, and Eli Moore is going to get slept on because of that. Like, people are just going to take him as one-offs, but stack him with Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb, and you could have a quietly sneaky team there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting to a lot of Deshaun Watson. Hey, throw up that draft board while you're at it. I've been getting to a ton of Deshaun Watson lately, and I don't know why. I just feel pretty good about it. And especially stacking the Jets, because I think the reason why I've been getting to a ton is because I've been getting to a lot of Garrett Wilson, and so I've been immediately, going with Cooper or grabbing Deshaun Watson a little bit later, or Nick Chubb as well. I think I got one where I got Nick Chubb and Garrett Wilson in the second and third round, I think, or something like that, something weird like that. Anyways, I've been liking the Cleveland stacks lately for whatever reason, that it's just been falling to me more often than not. So I'm trying not to get too crazy with it, but I don't think I got any Cleveland, right after the schedule was announced. So that's the nice thing about just drafting over the whole summer is, you kind of flow along with things as the ADPs change too.
It's kind of like investing in dollar cost averaging, right? Buying $5 stock every couple of weeks so that you're not fucked when buying it at the ceiling.
Yep.
And the same thing kind of applies here. Like our ADPs are going to average out as we go. So like a guy that we might have reached on early in the summer might not have hit. It wouldn't destroy us as much. Diversify, right? That's the word of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you got? 4 left?
3
picks?
3 picks left.
3 picks.
And 3 total picks, and I am up in 5.
Up in 5.
That's what you're asking.
All right. Hey, I gotta go grab another beer. I'll be right back. Keep talk to yourself for a while. Talk to the folks.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, who do we have just come off the board? Logan Thomas. All right, we need to go look at this guy's lineup. Nobody's fucking drafting Logan Thomas unless they. Oh, someone drafted fucking Marvin Jones too. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, Logan Thomas is your tight end. You got Zach Ertz. Damn, turn around. Yeah, this is fine. I like that. I'll have to go back and look at that team a little bit more. All right, so 216. Do we want to reach for Nelson Aguilar? No, we do not. I need another running back here. Kind of like Cordell Patterson again. Let's go with Kareem Hunt. This is a guy that's also going to end up on our roster. I already have Ezekiel Elliott too, so this will just be the free agent running back team. Probably was a poor decision, but I'm up next. All right. Take down Trey McBride. Don't want to keep reaching. You know what? Let's go Corey Davis. I know that was a really random way to scroll down there and land on that guy, but I do like Corey Davis. And there is some world that he ends up getting traded away from the Jets and ends up on a team. He's getting paid decent amount of money, so I could see him ending up somewhere outside of New York. Otherwise, he could just end up being really good again, playing with Aaron Rodgers and
what I missed?
Garrett Wilson. Kind of ran out of spots there, so I ended up with Corey Davis, a wide receiver. I didn't really like any of the other guys. And
did you get Kareem Hunt too?
Yeah, Kareem Hunt. So this is the free agent running back team.
Yeah, exactly. All right, who are you going last?
Yeah, so.
Oh, wait, hang on 1 second. Let's get some ASMR here. Hang on. All right, there we go.
All right, Aguilar, if he's available still. I mean, he should be. Like, who the fuck is drafting Nelson Aguilar?
You, maybe? Well,
yeah,
or hey, dude, you could get Laviska Shenault.
Laviska? What is he on right now? He's on... What team is he on? Why am I blanking?
I don't know, but you should check because... It's a weird team. I know who it is. Why am I blanking on it?
Yeah,
Carolina. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, man.
No,
I like.
I was more just prompting you to talk a little bit about him because you shared something about the. They're going to use him as like a Debo role. Was that what I saw?
I think. What is it, Shane Steichen? He's talking about this guy like he's going to be Debo Samuel. He could be. But we'll see. I like him. I mean, nobody's drafting him. He's going again. 232 ADP. Like. Yeah, we know that he can bust an 80-yard touch. He did that shit last year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he still had a couple good games. He needs to be in with a good system. And again, we've seen Shane Steichen do a good job. So wait, maybe I need to get that coach right. Is it Steichen? I thought he went to Indy. God,
how do you spell his name?
It's gonna bother me. What?
I don't know how to spell his fucking name. Steichen. Okay, there it is. Colts. No, he's on the Colts.
Yeah, so who the Carolina head coach? Jesus Christ. I shouldn't see sometimes the shit gets it's Frank Reich. See
drafting on edibles. That's what happened.
I mean, they took one of the Colts guys and they put him in Carolina. That's why
that makes sense. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, anyways, look, Frank Reich's he's a good coach. He's a good offensive coach. Hopefully
Anthony Richardson
he does better than he did here at Indy, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. All right, is this shit done yet? Because we got one more draft to do here.
I mean, I don't think anybody needs to do. I'm literally the last pick, man. Like, I'm gonna take out Aguilar or Visca. You want to load yours up?
Yep, loading up now. All right, 9 of 12.
I mean, maybe that's an idea moving forward. Like, just cut it off around 18 and then just update the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
All right, guys, for pick.
Or just pick
19 and 20.
While you're still drafting, we'll draft two lineups at the same time. All right, so
yeah,
I'm gonna get this set up. Obviously, I mean, maybe I'll get Christian McCaffrey at 5. We'll see. I'm gonna leave it on 5. See what happens here. Oh yeah, you guys can't see that. Oh, here we go. 11 picks. All right, so 12 and 13. Would you look at that?
Interesting.
You got first, I got last. So, first thing I want to check is, do I have Mark 15 in here? And we do not have Mark 15, unfortunately. Somebody else is going to have to pay the rake. So I have this cool plugin here. It's from Brick75. That gives me it's a Chrome extension that gives me the week 16 and week 17 matchups. There's also a third set of data you can enter here. You can upload CSVs. I'm having some issues with it. I haven't really messed with it too much. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think you can get that at his like brick75.com or something. Not sponsored, obviously, just trying to share some cool tools. All right, let me update this to 12. Did you get your pick yet?
I have successfully drafted Nelson Aguilar. That is
right.
complete. It is finished.
All right. It is done. All right, 41 seconds here. I got pick 12. That puts us kind of in the CeeDee Lamb, St. Brown world.
All right. So just one thing. It's really our heads are giving us 2 picks in visibility there.
Wait, what?
So when you switch back to the players.
Oh yeah.
You gotta scroll down.
No, I will.
Okay.
I will. I'm just looking.
All right.
I'm looking up here.
Okay. Yeah. So you're in a weird spot, man. It's very similar to I guess the opposite of what we just went through. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what do you think? You want to do the CD ASB?
If he's there, I'm doing CDA ASB because I don't have a ton of that. In fact, for like a few weeks, I had no ASB at all. So I gotta make up for lost time if he's there. If he is, I'm definitely taking that combo. It's pretty nice. And then we have to decide. Him and
Garrett Wilson. Those are 2 guys that I'm concerned that I'm not getting to enough, just because of where you fall in draft in picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got to make sure you're getting to those guys appropriately.
I have too much. I feel like, unfortunately, of Garrett Wilson at least. But I don't hate that. I really don't. Like, you think he's going to be any worse this year? You know what I mean? With a real quarterback,
he's got Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care how washed Aaron Rodgers is. It's a huge freaking upgrade.
Yeah, man. I was watching some highlights today, and Garrett Wilson, he looked all right. It looked like he was getting along well with Aaron Rodgers too. So
how much Brees are you getting to?
I haven't gotten any. So I am really skeptical about reaching for running backs. Like, even in that range, like, I'm unhappy with the amount of Dalvin Cook that I have.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I still rather, like, even guys like Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Like, I just want some of these stud wide receivers, man. So
yeah,
I'm really getting the guys like DJ Moore and I don't know, in that range.
I know.
I just don't have much of the other guys.
Last week when we did this show, DJ Moore, I believe, was my highest. Did Gibbs just go at pick 7?
Damn.
What the hell is happening here? All right,
keep it. At running backs too.
Keep an eye on Mike.
Christian McCaffrey fell.
Yeah, keep an eye on Mike Headley. This might be an interesting one to watch here. I don't know what the hell was I just talking about.
I don't know. You threw me off there.
Yeah, that was a little shocking, but okay. All right.
Bijan. Is it Bijan or is it Bijan?
It's Bijan.
Bijan.
Yeah. All right, CeeDee. Let's go, Bubba. Give it to me.
Yeah.
All right. CeeDee. Sun God. We got you. All right. Let's pop it in over here.
I love it, man. So it's funny, like, I kind of went through and updated my tracker here a little bit today, and I thought I was getting kind of worse picks than I was getting. And I went back and looked at it, man. Most of my picks are ending up in the like 3, 4, 5 range, and I ended up with a lot more Jamar Chase and guys like that than I thought I would get.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I went back and when I re-entered like maybe 10 drafts or something like that before I got this sheet, I actually didn't hate the stuff I was doing at that point either. It's kind of nice to look back, look at the date, and look kind of what you were thinking. You know, in a few months, I mean, we might be drafting completely different than we are now. Who knows? All right, we got a while. Josh Allen and Gibbs for Henley. So we got an AJ Brown Hurts. I feel like this happens a lot. You make a choice here at 12 for CeeDee and St. Brown, and it leaves it open for this AJ Brown Hurts stack here.
Well, hopefully he keeps that in mind when it comes back to your turn, right? Don't don't fuck you at the turn.
Yeah, right. Well, let's kind of see where we're at here. I've got 14 picks. Let's kind of look. So we're probably in this Breece Hall, Ridley, Hopkins zone. See, at this point, instead of trying to reach for any correlation or anything weird, I'm just going to pick the best pass catcher, I feel like, and then continue on from there. You know?
I mean, so this would be an interesting one to, I don't know, if Hopkins happens to still be there to take him.
Yeah.
I do feel like there is an off chance, like, if somebody's going to spend money, Jerry Jones might do it, you know, just to try and bring him in. It could be a random fucking dark horse to pick Hopkins up. But
it also kind of, you know, it kind of leaves you open for Deshaun. Because you could probably grab some of the other pieces to go with him. You could still stack Deshaun Watson as if, and that's another reason why I probably been getting to some Deshaun Watson lately too, is because Hopkins falls, I get him, and I'm trying to guess as to where he's going. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. I mean, my original thought was Lamar and the Ravens. Like, where have you shifted since we talked last week?
So, look, the front runners are still Kansas City and Buffalo, from what I'm seeing. But yeah, Cleveland, we talked about as being a potential place, but Houston is another one. Remember, like, his mom has health issues, right? She's blind. I don't know if you guys remember. There's a game a while back where, like, she was able to come to his first game and he gave the ball to her in the stands. Like, you know, that's all stuff that I completely forgot about. So, you know, Houston being home, they're gonna get Harden and Hopkins back. But no, I think that Houston's a real shot. But let's keep in mind, though, there was a report last week about him may not having the same mobility that he had 4 or 5 years ago, which isn't rocket science. It's not breaking information.
Yeah.
But he could be releasing some of this information showing that he has interest from these other teams to help drive up his value.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he's going to be able to get that $15 million guarantee that Odell Beckham got. So he's, if there's no interest, then he's not going to be able to get that money. If he goes to KC or Buffalo, it's got to be around that 10 million mark. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he wins a ring if he goes to either of those teams, I think.
Did you see this Kelsey Mahomes, right? And then he let go of Higgins. He didn't get Higgins here. He got Chubb instead. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting. I have a question for you. Like, I was going through and re-entering my stuff. A lot of my Jamar Chase stacks, like, some of that stuff falls in. Like, I think when we get to week 16 and 17, we might see some of these being a little bit more chalky because some of the ADP isn't adjusting elsewhere, and people are taking Chase, Burrow, Higgins, and keeping that together. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you're right. It's all kind of similar roster builds. So, maybe you're doing that. I don't know, but it just seemed kind of random to me.
Yeah.
All right, so we got D-Hop and Ridley here. I'm taking one of these dudes. All right, so what do you think, Ridley or Hopkins?
I mean, do you have a lot of Ridley?
I lately I've been getting to a lot of him. I don't mind getting to him. I mean, look, Lamar's here too. You could go Lamar. Nope, somebody took him. Here, I'm gonna go Ridley. No, I'm going Hopkins and Cooper here. We're setting up a Cleveland stack here. And even if Hopkins doesn't go to Cleveland, who cares? It doesn't really it doesn't make a whole lot of difference here. All right, so I got CeeDee St. Brown.
He's still going to be a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah, if he goes to Kansas City, then maybe that's even better for me. And Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Yeah.
All right, so we're setting up Baltimore. I mean, realistically, I could have went Lamar and Amari there. I could have. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have done that. But
I don't know, man. I love this. Like, I mean, you probably need running back.
I'm probably going to get a running back here in the fifth.
Coming up? You still got 30 picks, yeah?
Yeah, I got a ton of picks here. I got 18 picks, so that puts us in 60-ish range. So Godwin, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Pittman. You do have Miles Sanders and Dobbins here. So that's kind of interesting.
I don't.
Wait a second.
Sanders.
Wait a second. Why did I think that? Wait, this is my bad. I thought that Baltimore played Cleveland. Why did I think that? Who plays Cleveland?
It's week 16 is Houston and week 17 is Jets.
Well, we just talked about this.
Yeah.
What the hell am I thinking? All right, so the Jets. All right, let me see if any Jets are falling around that range. I don't think they are.
No.
Yeah.
Well, but what about Houston? Damian Pierce, what is he landing at?
62. It's kind of interesting. I don't hate that. I don't have a lot of Pierce, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, if you're gonna stack, like, I think so. Everyone everyone's getting caught up in the week 17 stack, which is very important, very important. But I think week 16 matters just as much, right? If you don't win week 16, you're not advancing.
True. I think the biggest differentiator there is obviously you're not going against 1,000 people. You're going against a much smaller field. But I agree with what you're saying, like 100%. If you can, in addition, like stack that in, that's just double dipping. I think it's pretty awesome. All right,
how many picks you got?
8 picks, pick 60. We'll see what happens here. Let's look at some of these rosters. So we got Higgins, Burrow, Devontae Smith, Kupp. That's pretty nice. He just grabbed Sanders. Trying to look for some correlation here. So yeah, that dude got Andrews and Lamar. So because I skipped on Lamar, he grabbed Mark Andrews and Lamar. It's kind of tough. And if Andrews was there, I would have definitely taken that combo, going back to back like that. What are your thoughts on Mike Williams, man? Like, his ADP is going higher on Underdog, I think, which makes sense because it's half point PPR and he's much more touchdown dependent. But Mike Williams is always a risk. Like, every year, he's going to miss 6 games. So do you have
man.
Who's your choice between the two dudes?
I mean, Keenan Allen's obviously my favorite, but if you can get a little bit of Mike Williams, I think it's important too. I saw some stuff earlier. I'd have to dig up the tweet to find it, but there's some pretty significant data that shows that Justin Herbert's a better quarterback with Mike Williams on the field. So
I'm up here, bro. I'm up here. Real quick. I don't know where to go here, man. I don't need to get Deshaun Watson yet, so I think you just go best available. Probably get a guy like Swift.
Yeah, that's fine. You gotta get him.
And then we got Marquise Brown. We've got Tony Goddard. I mean, this is just random ass dudes. I mean, Michael Pittman. I'm gonna go with Michael Pittman here, I think. I don't have a ton of him.
I like Michael Pittman, man.
I'm just going to go with Michael Pittman. There's nothing else really jumping out to me here. All right. What were you saying, dude? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Swift
Pittman. So Michael Pittman, you got Las Vegas and Atlanta. So you can get some interesting run backs. God damn it. That's really hard to say.
I mean, shit.
Run backs. You can get some interesting run backs in week 17 for him.
And dude, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but you could get Anthony Richardson too.
I know what you're gonna say. Do it.
I mean,
yeah.
That's why I just love just grabbing all these stud wide receivers just right off the bat. It just opens up so many more doors. You don't get jammed into certain type stacks and drafting the same players every single time. It really opens up some doors here. So we've got Deshaun Watson at ADP 86. So we're gonna need to grab him next if he's gonna still be there, and then I'd have to really reach to get Richardson here at 85. I don't know if I'll do that. Let me see what's coming in around 85. Brandon Cooks, Dotson.
All right, so call me crazy here, but if I mean, if Dak's available, like maybe just go Dak, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
And then
you're right.
Yeah, and
I think I'm gonna do that.
I don't even know if you need to go Anthony Richard at that point.
No,
you need to save it for Goff.
I love that. No, I love it, dude. Yep, you're right. Save it for Goff or save it for any of these other random ass dudes. Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Brandon Cooks.
Where are we at? How many do we have on you?
We've got plenty. 13.
13. Okay, cool. Right. So, like, I mean, going back to the Week 17 stuff, that Dallas Detroit, right? Everything you nailed it on the head. The CeeDee Lamb and the Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be the most obvious stack there. Like, what happens if you start just throwing in Tony Pollard?
Yeah,
or going even a little bit deeper. Right? How many tight ends do you have? Sam Laporta. That's another guy that we may want to keep an eye out. If we end up with the Detroit run back here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jameson Williams, people are thinking that he's going to be out for the first 6 or 7 weeks, which is fine. But the same reason why we drafted him last year was because we wanted him for the back end of the season.
Yes.
So, like, you know, there's a lot of guys. I mean, Marvin Jones Jr., we were looking at that guy when we were trying to draft it. We got sniped round 18, I think, when we went to go get a beer.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I like it. Williams, Laporta. I don't have any tight ends right now, so this is seeming to me like this is going to be a 3 tight end build. We're going to be grabbing value dudes at tight ends. So you're probably going to want to get 3 of those. This is maybe a 3 quarterback build, depending on how this next couple picks works out. And we've only got 1 running back, so this is going to be a 5 or 6er. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, honestly, if you end up with, let's see, you end up with Dak and
Cooks and CeeDee.
Why can't I remember his name? Yeah, Brandon Cooks. You're pretty much solid. At that point, you can go running back, tight end, pretty much the rest of the way.
Yeah, potentially. Oh, Cooks just went. See how it just fucks everything up.
Michael Gallup, right? What was it? Tony Ferguson, Ferguson,
but that kind of changes.
Henderson.
That kind of changes my Ferguson and Hendershot and that other rookie Schoonmaker or whatever the fuck. So this kind of changes everything up again, though. I guess I'll go Gallup. That's a good idea. So I still like the Dak with the St. Brown run back. But do I do something stupid and get Watson too?
And
then I'm done. I'm done with quarterback.
Kamara. I mean, yeah. Well, if you want to be done with quarterback after that,
I'm doing it.
But or Kamara, Alvin Kamara.
Nope, I'm doing it.
All right,
I'm done. At quarterback. So we've got Watson with Cooper. I can grab another couple guys. We've got Prescott with Dallas. I'll grab Gallup as well. No more Anthony Richardson. We still can get Jameson Williams, Laporta as a run back. I like it.
Looks good, man.
Pittman.
All right.
Watson. Let me put this in. Wait, what did I do? Hang on. Watson and Prescott and Watson. All right, let's let this update. This is pretty cool too. I don't know if you can't quite see this, but it kind of gives you an ADP like sort of a value number here, and it also kind of gives you a plus minus on your ADP overall. So right now I'm a little not looking super hot. I had to reach at Amari Cooper a little bit. Let's wait for this to update.
Week 17.
This thing does take forever. I tried to download this into Excel as well, and it was all messed up. So I was like, I'm not messing with this.
Yeah, that probably made it worse.
All right, so we've got Philly. Wait, what am I looking at here?
Week 17.
Why does it say I have Arizona? Oh, okay. I was like, why does it say I have an Arizona run back? Because Deandre Hopkins is still labeled as Arizona in here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was like, what the hell? All right, let's see
I
where
didn't even
everybody's
think about
at.
that. Some of that stuff we're gonna have to go back and update. But he does updates, and I think he posts them or whatever, and then kind of post notes onto it.
Yeah, he does. So we had a little bit of running quarterbacks there. We had Tua and Cousins go after that. Let's see what. So this guy got Allen. He got. Oh, okay. This is the guy. This is the wild card. He got Gibbs. He got Allen for his first 2 picks. He has Cousins, but he's not stacked with anybody. He's got Allen. He's not stacked with anybody. What's going on here? You seeing the same thing I'm seeing?
Yeah, that's interesting. Like this is one of the reasons why that I like playing on DraftKings though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if some of these guys are doing this intentionally or they really just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I mean, it might have looked crazy as hell you taking Dak and Deshaun back to back, but at the end of the day, like, first of all, either one of those guys could get injured. Maybe Deshaun sees the wrong masseuse. Like, who knows what's going to happen in the NFL?
Look, there was a reason. Yeah, exactly. My reason for it is I'm done at quarterback. I've got 2 high-level stacks potentially. All right, where am I at? So Elijah Moore just went. I'm up in 7 picks. So let's see where we at.
Isn't Njoku gone?
No, he's not. So that's who I'm absolutely taking right there. That would be nice.
That would help a lot.
That would help a lot. Too. That would absolutely help a lot. And then I got one more pick after that. So let's look at where we're at here. Jets to go. Yeah, so we need some Jets.
Wait, Lazard? Do we want to reach for Lazard? No,
it's not a reach. It's actually not a reach. He's right at ADP if I take him at 109.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if Njoku falls, I'm definitely taking him. Let's hope that works. But we're starting to get to, we got back-to-back tight ends there. Zay Flowers just went.
Herb Smith, man, that's a little bit of a reach. Massive jump.
Yeah, that's a reach. Cook, Aaron Rodgers, and he's hoping to get Lazard on the turn here, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not going to get him.
I'm going to take his ass.
Lamar Jackson, it's interesting. He's got Mark Andrews.
Robinson. All right, so I'm taking Njoku here. I got him at 102. I pick 108. And then I'm taking Lazard.
Yeah, that's fine, man. Like, especially getting Njoku so high. Like, I think that's solid.
Now I got a tight end.
Though, when he misses out on.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely gonna be pissed. All right, Njoku, Lazard. Let's see where that puts us. Obviously, we've got 1 tight end here, 2 quarterbacks. I need running backs now. Like, a fuckload of running backs. But I think we're going to be in a good zone to make that happen. So 20 picks. Let's see where that puts us. 130-ish range.
I think that's when you're starting to get to the Carolina receivers.
Yep. Mitch, so if Herbert and Harris drop, that's going to be ideal for me. Elijah Mitchell, I don't hate that. And then Harris? You start... wait, who?
You said Harris. I missed that.
No, I'm sorry. Damian Harris. Okay. Yeah. And Deontay Foreman, and then you got Laporta down here. I hope that I can get to. I'm not gonna be able to get Laporta in the next group of picks, so I'm gonna have to make a decision getting 1 running back and Laporta potentially as the backup. I don't hate that, but I also don't want to leave a really good running back on the table. So we'll kind of see where that goes. But 17 picks.
You can reach at the tight end position, man. I think with Njoku, you have the weekly starter. Like the difference, the difference in upside is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Average tight end, Laporta might have 115, 125 point game, whereas top end wide receiver could have 6, 25 point games.
Dude, so I was playing a 5-5-5 for game 1 of the NBA Finals just now. And I got in second. I was 3 points out of first place for the 5-5-5. Another ticket.
Damn,
it was close. But I did win another $10 on the 370.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I haven't even.
Actually, let me.
I haven't even looked yet.
Actually, let me add. Tickets 1. I got 20 now. Just for the $10.
Yeah, man. I think I'm at 9 or 10 at this point. Like, I mean, playing these additional contests is the way to go. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just.
I'm still trying to track. I need to put something together where I track all my satellites entry fees and see really how far ahead I'm coming out. But based on what I'm seeing, just with quick math, like daily, it's usually at minimum double my money. At minimum. Some nights, if I win a 25-cent one, it's even better because some nights I've won 4. You know, so like 4 tickets. So I want to have more track of that and see what goes down. But just by eye, I'm looking. It's like very profitable doing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I've saved my ass a little bit here. It's really easy to spend too much money depositing and stuff. And the one thing about playing best ball is that you at least have some engagement in the entire regular season.
Yeah, exactly.
And these tickets are pretty easy. Yeah, $1 to the super satellite pays out the top 2.
Yeah.
And there's a total of maybe 23 entrants.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. You know, you still have to be, top 10% cash, but
the competition is not really that great. Yeah. And if you're playing it right, if you enter like 4 or 5 lineups in different contests and you crunch out, however you're doing it, and you diversify between all those lineups, so that they're pretty different. Overall, you're probably gonna win at least one of them, which puts you ahead.
All right, let's see. I'm pretty sure I got fucked up tonight. Yeah, shit.
All right.
I almost got the super satellite.
Did you?
How many picks in you got?
1. So I think I'm. So look, I got Herbert and Harris here, potentially.
Well.
Or Mitchell. Do you like Harris or Mitchell more?
I would probably. The problem with Harris is I just feel like there's just too much going on in Buffalo, man.
Yeah, he just went. So.
Oh, well, that solves your problem.
So Herbert and
Herbert,
Mitchell, I think,
Mitchell.
right?
Yeah.
I need it. I need it. Herbert and Mitchell. All right, I like that. I always put in Justin Herbert on accident. It's like the ADP is like bright green. All right, let's see where that puts us.
Very interesting. This Justin Jefferson with Lamar and Mark Andrews. I really don't think many people are going to have that kind of construction.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's too early to start getting into unique roster construction, though. These contests are massive, so I think it's going to be a lot easier to duplicate in the last rounds, in the last weeks, and especially with everybody concentrating so much on these lineups.
That's why these round 19 dudes that you can pull in, if a round 19 dude just kind of sits around for most of the year and then has a breakout week in one of these playoff weeks, that's where you rocket up a dude that's like 10% owned or something, Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you were talking about it, I think, on the last show. When you get into those rounds like 18, 19, 20, I don't know. It's really easy to end up getting stuck on the same guys that you keep drafting, but you're better off just finding a guy that you think can go have one game where he has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns or some shit.
All right, I'm not really paying attention like I should be. I need Gallup, right? Is he gone? No, he's not gone, but he will be.
No. Yeah, he probably will
he's be. Gonna be I should have. I don't know what I'm thinking, dude. Like these back-to-back ones, sometimes I get too caught up.
It's difficult to do the back-to-back picks.
I could do.
Let's see.
I'm gonna do one of his tight ends. I'll do Ferguson or Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
And shit, if they get taken, I'll fucking grab what's his name? Hendershot even as a late round.
Henderson, yeah.
Because Hendershot is the pass catcher. He's in there just to catch touchdowns from the 5-yard line. All right, who else from Dallas? Who am I forgetting? Like a fourth wide receiver. Why am I blanking on that?
Oh, Deuce Vaughn or Dontrell Vaughn, whatever the hell his last name is, the running back. Let me see. There's going to be a wide receiver. I'll find it, and then we're going to laugh. Let's see. You got Jalen Tolbert, Cavante, Turpin, Semi Fehoko.
Yeah, Tolbert is interesting, but I'm not taking him. What about Jets? We're going to get into Mecole Hardman territory. We're going to get into these random ass dudes from the Jets, right? Michael Carter. It's going to be a Michael Carter situation again.
I don't mind Michael Carter, man. I mean, Breece Hall and Michael Carter were going, top 120 last year, and then all of a sudden Breece Hall's top 50 and Michael Carter's 200.
Yeah.
Michael was, until he got hurt, he was on pace to taking that job over.
He was crushing. I will say that. You're right. That's why I'm ending up with so much of him, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's another one of those weird spots, though. Where do we get riskier? Do you want to take a 4-string wide receiver or a running back, or a running back that actually might see some time?
Yeah. Laporta went, obviously. See, I kind of fucked up. I was so desperate for running back that I didn't look far enough ahead. But they were there. And Herbert was past ADP, so I feel like I needed to take at least one of them. So I could have went Herbert and then reached for Laporta.
I mean, look, I don't know that you need to reach, man. You're still going to be able to get different pieces of this offense. And, again, tight end is just such a random position. I still think you did the right thing, prioritizing the running back, especially you only had one. So you needed those two. Khalil Herbert could easily end up being wide receiver, running back, a top 5 fantasy running back again this year. He's RB1.
Gallup just went.
Damn.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm going to reach a little bit for him, but not much. Only one pick. So this is a situation where maybe I grab a Mostert or a Jalen Warren. What do you think? Where would you lean towards with that?
Probably Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I have ton of Mostert. I'll take Warren and Peoples-Jones here.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got another pass catcher. We got a double stack with Deshaun Watson. We're a little short on this Dak Prescott stack. We've got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb with the St. Brown run back. But I will grab probably a Ferguson. Is there anybody else from Detroit that I'm not thinking about?
Marvin Jones Jr. If you want to get crazy,
running back. What about running back wise?
Let me pull it up. David Montgomery.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these guys are all gone. Probably because they took Gibbs with the 7th overall pick.
Oh, you know what? Brock Wright. He's actually probably going to end up starting at tight end. He's listed as tight end 1. Laporta is a rookie, so you can get Brock Wright in the last round.
Interesting. That's a great idea. Kind of forgot about
remember,
Brock Wright.
Jamison Williams is also suspended for 6 games. So you take flyers on guys like Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds, some of these random wide receivers and be okay. But if you're gonna do that, I think Marvin Jones Jr. is the guy that you go for, 212 or 218, wherever he is.
Yeah, you also exactly. All right, 14 picks. Let me organize this properly here.
All right, let me look at Cleveland too, because I still feel like there's something we're missing. Peanut Tillman, his grandfather.
Oh, Cedric. Yeah, exactly. I have so much of him, dude.
Yeah, so do I. And Ford,
so
that's Cleveland too. Again, there's just these guys. If I can take a 22-year-old second stringer over a 34-year-old four stringer, like I might just do the second stringer. Yeah. That's kind of where you're at with like guys like Jerome Ford and mids and shit.
Yeah. Ford is nice for sure. All right, well, we got a decent amount to go here. I think we're in the 15th round. It's not a bad looking draft.
Marquise Goodwin is on Cleveland.
Really? I like Marquise Goodwin. He's a little old now, but he's got home run ability for sure. Did you watch the last episode of Ted Lasso?
Bro, I haven't watched like the first 5 episodes. I haven't watched that show at all.
Oh, it's great, dude.
Yeah.
The first couple episodes, I wasn't too sure. It seemed too silly, but it's a really good fucking show. It has no business being as good of a show as it is.
I'll check it out, man. We need something to watch with the family anyway. I do know it is family friendly, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
for the most part.
For the most part, it's not terrible. Have you
respectful?
Have you gotten through Silo?
I'm caught up
on Apple.
Wait, they haven't released a new episode yet?
It comes out on Friday. Yeah, or it comes out tonight probably. Shit.
No, that's a good show, man. I like it. Hey, no, you've been watching Titans though, right?
I watched episode 2. Yeah, you're right though. It's the best terrible show like ever.
Yeah, like it's spectacular, and then you're like, bro, like what the fuck's going on with? Okay, so like I don't want to ruin it, but I have to say something. Like, so when he does become Nightwing, like his utility belt, like his crotch area, like man, guys, sorry I'm doing this to y'all, but it's reminiscent of the Batman and Robin movies. Like, it's weird.
All right,
it's just.
Let's take a break from Nightwing's crotch for a second. I'm up here in about 10 seconds. So I got DJ Chark,
there you go.
Mims, Mayer, Renfro. I'm not going to take anybody. Deuce Vaughn at 201 is going to be my next, but that's going to have to be my next round. So
yeah, for sure.
I don't really know where to go here. I'm at a 2-4-7-1. Maybe I grab Mayer or grab a tight end here.
Yeah. I would go Mayer. He goes with your MPJ, week 17.
Yep, exactly. All right, we went Mayer. Now who am I going to get, though? So Chase Brown, Kenneth Gainwell, or Shaheed? What do you think, Gainwell?
I like Chase Brown, man.
Chase Brown? All right, let's go Chase Brown.
He's RB2.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so like Mayer and Brown.
Yeah. You got a crazy week 16 stack too between Warren and Chase Brown if you need it. Backup running backs head to head.
I hope I don't need it. All right, so now we're getting into Deuce Vaughn. This is gonna be Deuce Vaughn back to back, probably Cowboy picks here. Thankfully, we at least got CeeDee Lamb. We got the stud, and then you could sprinkle in some secondary dudes. If it was only Brandon Cooks and all these other dudes, I would have liked to have gotten Brandon Cooks and Gallup together if that was the case, but I think we're in a decent situation. So we've got Watson, Amari Cooper, David Njoku, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and we're going to try to get Cedric Tillman, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. No one else, but we do have a St. Brown run back. We don't have anybody else from Detroit, unfortunately. Some of the one-offs we have, well, basically running back, we got Swift, Khalil Herbert. We do have Alan Lazard as a run back for Cleveland. But we've also got Elijah Mitchell, Jalen Warren, and then Chase Brown, and some random Mayer dude. So, one dude I haven't taken at all in any of these drafts is... what's his bucket? Fucking Mac Jones. That's the only.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's the only quarterback that I need to complete my achievements. I just can't take him.
That's actually pretty funny.
I'm gonna draft in the like $3 again, and I'll just take him in the 17th round or something.
You put him as your third quarterback, fourth quarterback, or whatever. I think I still have like 3 quarterbacks I still need to get to. it took me a while to even get to Kyler Murray, man. I was scared to do that.
I'm still scared, man. I mean, why would you play him if he's like healthy week 14 or some shit, and you're like, oh, you know, you're like three wins at that point? Why even play him? Like maybe start him the last week just to let him earn a paycheck or whatever it is that he needs to do. Like he needs to start X amount of snaps. I don't know what it is, but at least let him get in for like one game maybe. But even that's risky, you know. Like let him heal.
There's no financial situation here, dude. His rookie extension starts after this, so like this is like the last of his minimum wage salary.
Yeah.
So you know, like he absolutely has even less reason.
Yeah, you're right.
If you were told me like you know you can go play 2 games, you might get hurt and not make any of this money, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Just let me sit out the rest of the season. Like worst case scenario, what they try and trade him for Caleb and get more picks and draft Caleb Williams. Which,
well, that's what I was gonna say. This is another situation, just like Josh Rosen. If Josh Rosen won more games that year, Kyler Murray wouldn't have been drafted, and he would have had maybe another shot. You know, so if Kyler Murray has a chance to come in and play, in order to not have his replacement be drafted. Don't you think that you'd come in and try to play a couple games to win a couple games? You know what I mean?
Absolutely not, bro. Like his bag is crazy, man. You're talking about the difference between. He's 200 million, right? Like that's insane amount of money.
Well, maybe he wants to get traded.
Breaks his knee for pride. That's terrible. The organization would have to be burned to the ground. Like.
Well, dude, I'm
that's
just
a massive failure.
I'm just saying, if they draft Caleb Williams, he's gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So maybe he wants to be gone. If that's the case, then yeah, he'll sit out every game, and if he does play, he'll throw a couple pick sixes.
Yeah, I hope that most of this is just the front office, like actually doing like smart front office shit. Just trying to confuse everybody, saying that like we don't know, you know, they don't know where the Cardinals are coming from. But yeah, I agree with you. They're not. They are going to end up playing Kyler like week 10 because we're going to be 3-7, and they're like, oh man, maybe we can go win a couple games.
Yeah.
And the NFC West is going to suck dick. So I don't know.
Yep. I'm happy the Suns have been doing well, but still, would I rather them suck ass again and I just don't care? I don't know. Sometimes I think that. All right, Chase Claypool. I think we got to get Vaughn here.
Yeah.
There's some guys now. Hardman potentially. I could grab Hardman as an additional run back, sure. But I kind of don't want to just like throw out random dudes just to complete a run back. I'd rather get Vaughn and Ferguson. Ferguson is not too far past ADP, so I'm gonna get Vaughn. I'm gonna get Ferguson. I'm gonna complete that. Oops, can't see that, huh? All right, so that gives us 3 dudes to stack. I know Vaughn's a running back, but he's probably going to get involved in the pass game. So, where does that put us? We've got 2 picks left. We've got a 2, 6, 7, 3, so we're done at running back. We probably should get 2 more wide receivers.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
well, who are your tight ends? Michael Mayer and Njoku. Yeah, you're fine.
I got Njoku, Ferguson, and Mayer. So we have.
Oh yeah.
In theory, we have 3 starters. I don't know. Maybe Mayer, maybe not. But Ferguson is the starter to start the year for Dallas. So I got 2 wide receivers that I probably want to get. So looks like who just went? Looks like Marvin Jones just went from Detroit. So my Detroit run back is a little short, but I don't care too much. You could go Craig Reynolds here or Josh Reynolds. So maybe I go Reynolds and Peanut Tillman's cousin. All right, so I got Tillman and Raymond. Ellie, you lost your internet there for a second. So let's look at our overall roster here. So actually, you know what? I honestly kind of like looking at it over here with some structure to it. So Prescott with CeeDee Lamb, And we also got Deuce Vaughn and Ferguson. We've got Swift, Herbert. And by the way, Amon-Ra St. Brown run back. We've got Hopkins. Hey, is Hopkins another stack for Watson? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. Cooper, DPJ, and Peanut Tillman. Along with, who else we got? We got, Njoku as well. Pittman Jr., Lazard run back for Cleveland, Mitchell, Warren, Mayer, Chase Brown, and then we got Khalif Raymond as well there. So what do you think, man? We got 2 drafts in. Both drafts felt pretty decent, man. So, like, what do you think? What do you think we did wrong? Looking back on it, what would you have changed? What do you think?
All right, well, like Giannis said, there's no such thing as doing things wrong. There's no failure, right? There's only moving forward. So, keep that in mind. But look, it's just going to take a second to get used to some of these ADPs or these draft positions, starting at 1 and then being 12. You have to adjust kind of your entire style, right? You may have to reach in situations where you're used to not reaching. So I think that's really what we learned. We still ended up with a couple balanced rosters, and I don't think we got too crazy.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, we have, I've got 150 of these to go in that contest. Who knows how many other countless in other contests, depending on how many tickets I win. So we're just getting better every single time, man. This is fun. I find myself drafting too much on my phone while watching TV because it's fun. That's just the bottom line. All right. Throw us a like, guys. We appreciate it. Subscribe. Obviously, we're going to be bringing probably 2 of these shows a week from here on out. We got to lock down the days, and we'll let you guys know. And then, of course, as we get closer to the year, hey, I'm excited about the first showdown show that we're going to record. And then we'll do a main slate show as well. So we appreciate you guys. We will see you next time. Talk to you guys later.